All right. Thank you guys for joining us again. We have another fantastic podcast for you guys today. I have the pleasure of being joined by Dimitri Mikhalchuk, who is the one of the partners in ATOM Group. Dimitri, thanks for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for inviting, Jake, and it's always nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too, dude. So I'll kind of give a background on how we met, and then maybe that kind of sets the stage for your background and the companies that you guys have underneath ATOM Group. So we had a client reach out, and they made a bunch of money in an ecosystem. They made an early investment in that ecosystem, and they were like, we made all this money in crypto. Now what do we do with it, right? So we've had back and forth for about a year now, and then you guys came down to the office, and one of the subsidiaries that you guys manage was how they came into that money through the crypto investment that they made. So love for you to talk about, Atleta, the journey there, what you guys are doing with the 35 subsidiaries that you have underneath ATOM Group, and maybe give a little bit of your background and how you ended up in this position.
I've started in semiconductor industry, and my family set up a factory that was producing robotic equipment for the, I would say, Big 10 of the chip manufacturers.
Oh, wow.
I've started as high as it gets in tech, I would say. Years later, I ended up on my way to San Diego to become a consultant to one of these. It begins with I and has something to do with Intel. So it's literally that company I was supposed to be a consultant to, but I just happened to travel on the day when 9/11 happened.
Oh my gosh.
I never made it to US because of that.
Yeah.
And so 20 years later, that's when I actually, I made it to US a bit later, say 10, 15 years later. But 20 years later now, we're building this amazing company, which is ATOM Group. And underneath, we have 35 live projects and probably another pipeline of around 70 that are still yet to show whether they're strong enough to be led into the market. So it is a very large group, and ATOM Group is the biggest, I would say, in Eastern Europe company that is primarily focused on artificial intelligence and products built on top of it. So this is how we started. And the way we've arrived to Atleta, Atleta being the Atleta Network, the layer 1 blockchain, is we always wanted to launch a social project for the young grassroots in different sports. Incidentally, we chose soccer, the football, as our first kind of trial of our capabilities. We had too many friends who were incidentally also partners who are actually ex-footballers. And so they said, why don't we try from something we understand well, and then we'll add other kinds of sport, once we prove ourselves that we can build something there. So it all started as a tokenization project for the grassroots so that we could give an opportunity, a social lift to all these young and up-and-coming players by being sponsored almost through, I believe in nowadays US basketball in college league, it is called NIL. So it's literally a representation of oneself before somebody becomes famous. And we would tokenize the athlete, provide a digital ID on our own platform. We created the blockchain itself to be a multi-layer technology that would save the data, the progress of training, and present it in a similar way as the shares show their own performance, like stock shows its own performance on a stock exchange, for example. So people make an educated kind of guess as to who to support.
Mm-hmm.
For example, we have this one little guy from the village who is up and coming. Indeed, he's training well, he's progressing well, his games and competitions are doing well. So why not, support as a local community to begin with? And if he progresses to like city level and county level and higher, or a state level, then it only makes sense for the circle that supports him to widen, and so he's already winning because he has enough traction, enough support to make it into big professional sports before the money comes in. And then once the money comes in, he distributes that first professional contract back to those who are token holders. That proportion he's giving back, and so it's like it's a social project. It started like that, and so in order to prove the market fit, we acquired and built 3 football academies in Brazil. We ran a huge, enormous competition that involved more than 500 football pitches. So imagine how many kids went through it just to select the 560, I believe, or around so, of the best players that we then ourselves sponsored fully to train and to basically progress through the grid. And it was a very tough kind of a boot camp almost style training, because we paid the wages, so we obviously had demands. It wasn't the other way around. Like, the common way is that the kids have to pay their coaches to be trained. No, we paid their salaries. We paid their parents so they can support them and travel with them to all the international or cross-border games. Yes, and we took them around the world through our friends in different various clubs. We placed them to either play against or play for. And that, I didn't know that at the time, but that increases the value as well of every player that plays. So it's the experience that counts. Basically, having played with these guys, those guys, famous clubs or against the famous club.
Perception, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so we've proven that it works. It has legs. We found the legal way of building the structure so that it's all working internationally. And by the time we've done so, we've already accomplished building the Atleta Network. And so the ATLA coin became our utility token that is used for that part. But whilst going through that journey, we kind of grew up ourselves, like in our minds.
Yep.
We grew up ourselves, and we set up many other things, other parts within the what we call blockchain sport ecosystem. And we added the marketing unit inside the blockchain sport. We've added, we understood how we can promote ourselves through professional athletes, how we can get them involved once they retire from professional sports.
Oh, cool.
We
platform too. So we the full life cycle, like all the way from junior into their professional career, and then supporting them on the other side of that. A lot of people come they end up a interviewer, or they're on CNN or ESPN or one of those, but you guys have positions in this organization or ecosystem for them to be able to help train younger kids, and it's full life cycle. That's cool.
So yeah, they get involved once. You know how it is so nice to give back to the community that supported you all throughout your life. I like it, and I do a lot of pro bono work for so many different startups, and I teach kids how to build businesses. And so the same kind of model went into our blockchain sport ecosystem. So we gave an opportunity not only to train kids, but also make some money on top of that, because the promotion itself, it all became a viable thing. Then we built what we call Blockchain Sport Arena, which is the up-and-coming social media network that also connects the professional clubs to the rest of the world. So we now have a 3-tier kind of involvement: grassroots, professional clubs, and the retirees, those who can continue in sports and provide value to the young ones, to professional clubs, and have a bit of their own business, I would say, beyond that. But still related to sports, which is very nice, something that they know well, and they can exercise and work their connections that they've built up throughout their career, having traveled the world and played for different clubs and whatnot. So that's what blockchain sport ecosystem has become. And now we're expanding into other kind of sports. So we're now looking at basketball, we're now looking at football, and we're looking at baseball. So all the popular kind of sports in the US. As we're entering with Atom Group, we're entering the US market heavily. I believe we already built 14 companies in US. And so now we're going this fundraising round where we're looking to build up some capital so we can finance ourselves locally and essentially have a fully localized business.
Yeah, the same thing over here, with the soccer clubs and the professional sports, and then the follow-on. That, I think that's incredible. And like, I'd love for you to talk about the marketplace dynamics or the mechanics within that, and how the fans are able to interact. And like, you've almost gamified being a fan, and you can become like the number one fan for, whatever soccer club or team.
This is correct. Yes. So the social media, the Arena platform is built in such a way that we connect with the professional football clubs. In return, we want to be connected to the fan base of such club, and then we propose to engage with the fans and basically provide entertainment in between the matches and competitions, because certain competition only runs for so many days, and then what? And we still need to do something around the sports. We would like to support our beloved clubs and whatnot, and still be connected or compete against other clubs. So we gamify the whole thing. We build a platform where we also give an opportunity for people to actually make money out of it as well. Mm-hmm. The way it's built, it's powered by Atleta Network and the ATLA coin. And we have multiple social media, and we propose to have the social media interaction itself like generate a little bit of tokens on the platform, and that amount, same amount that a user can generate for himself, goes to his nominated club as well. So it's a win-win as we see it, because it also sponsors the club in a sense. And so the clubs see this as an opportunity to engage with the entire demographic of the following, because for some clubs it is difficult to reach out to those who are quite remote. Whereas us being, coming from the IT side, social media and marketing, we understand how to do that. We understand how to run a nice promotion, how to run a nice competition online. And we have so many things planned, so many things that we want people to interact in. But at the same time, we're now signing the clubs in their hundreds. And we want to run competition. So leaderboard tables of the best fan of this particular territory, or best of the best in that particular category. And then potentially we want to negotiate with the clubs so that the fan leaderboards can be put somewhere around the stadium, so for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And that makes it ever so exciting. I mean, I would want my name to be somewhere, you're
the number one fan on this platform for Manchester United, right? Like they're the second largest brand in globally compared to the Cowboys. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, and so like franchise valuations is something interesting to me, with Jerry Jones and what he's been able to create. But actually, I think Cowboys is actually number two. I think Manchester United is actually the number one franchise valuation globally. So to be like the number one fan for Manchester United and be like recognized for that, there's going to be a lot of people vying for that position. And that's a lot of attention on your platform. And same thing for like gameplay, to be like World of Warcraft or any one of these, you got to be playing a lot. You got to be spending the majority of your time and your day on this application, doing whatever things you need to do in order to be able to earn points, to be able to get the highest score or compete against other people on that application. So this is going to drive a ton of demand for y'all's marketplace.
Correct. Yeah. So
Yeah.
And that is the concept. So we see this as a very great opportunity, actually. And all the clubs that we've approached, and also along the way, not only we're supporting the clubs, we're supporting the entities that are managing the clubs, such as federations and leagues. So they need some level of financing to be able to improve whatever they do. But because they're not involved directly in the economics of sports, at least, they only get the membership kind of payments, I guess, from the club. So they're struggling at times, especially when we went from like top tier clubs to like mid-tier clubs, that's it. That's where money is very scarce. And so everybody's looking for some opportunity. And we found this opportunity to support. What we've also found doing our research is that a lot of people support actually not one, but multiple clubs. So they would support a local and something that is big, like a national level. And so it only makes sense to support the local club through this way, because that way they get exposure. They may actually get new fans, get discovered, and so on. So again, it's all about relationships. It's all about the social lift and opportunities for everyone.
I think it's incredible, and the token's doing exceptionally well. Again, we have those clients reach out, and they've introduced us to a few others. And what's it? You guys have a listing for the token on MEXC, and on CoinMarketCap, I saw it over $300 the other day.
Oh yeah, it skyrocketed. The moment we've announced a few of the progression news, it just blew up. I think it was $22 Christmas time, and it just went out really high.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in what you guys are doing. So, but what else? I mean, like you said, there's 35 companies that you guys are running, and maybe get into the AI side, because that's going to be super interesting for people. That's kind of a hot topic right now. What are y'all doing there to be able to, are you integrating AI with the blockchain, or is it something separate, different application that you guys have for it?
Well, we found a formula that if we, and we were building various projects. So you understand, we're more than 1,500 data scientists internally. So that makes one of the biggest companies in Eastern Europe that is dealing with AI. And so our team is capable in covering all sorts of business verticals. So we worked in financial technologies. We provided some solutions to the banks on the back end. This is how we build our own payment system inside our products. So we became an ecosystem of different products from different verticals, like entertainment, like sports, like many other things. We cross-license internally a lot of the products, which shortens the time to market. Mm-hmm. Basically, we found a formula where we can support ourselves through our own businesses, and there are so many different directions. So we have a world's first production studio that shot the full featured cartoon that we launched in cinemas, I think, Christmas last year.
Oh, wow.
We had box office #1 for like a few weeks, I think, even above the movies. So that was exciting.
That's incredible.
Everybody was talking about it. Yeah. We use the AI extensively to collect the data on the athletes themselves. We want to automate the process so that the stats on the player are collected automatically through the camera lens, and that's it. No human involvement. Everything is processed by AI. Everything's recorded in real time, and all we have left is just enjoy ourselves. Watch the game, get the stats, understand what's going on, and so be fully informed. We use artificial intelligence to build up the marketing. Marketing is one of the most, I think, talked about online things around artificial intelligence. But not only that, we are launching a social media with AI at its core, which is called Jiggle, which has a twist. It's based on music, an ability for anyone to become a musician, because the AI will fulfill the gaps of what we cannot do for music, basically. Like I myself, I don't have the voice. And I cannot play instruments. I can sort of
Put together a beat and maybe some lyrics.
I understand a bit. I can do a bit of lyrics, yes, and that's about it.
Right.
Once we've connected, like we took our algorithms from the movie making company, and we thought, okay, hang on a second, we're already dealing with video, we're already dealing with text because we had to decompose. It's a text to video thing. So we thought, what would it take to have that text AI to be able to write lyrics and at the same time align it perfectly with the beat? That's what makes the music. And then the last one, the cherry on top of the cake, we were developing a special engine so that the actors, once we fully digitize them, and for example, AI is fulfilling the stunts, we needed their voice to be lip synced and everything. So we had the engine that would clone the voice, and we developed it to such a high quality, like a studio level, that it became a tool where I can just narrate in different pitch. It clones my voice, and then it doesn't matter what lyrics I throw at it. It will sing through as if I'm the musician. And it will fulfill the entire band in the room, even though I don't have any. And all I need is my whatever, phone or an iPad or whatever, computer to do that. And I can have a professionally mastered soundtrack in minutes, literally by talking to the thing. I don't even need to be a guru of AI at all. We build it to be one button, like one push of a button. I just say what I want. I say my emotion, things I see around. The lyrics is built. My voice is borrowed from me. Boom, we have a soundtrack. How cool is that? And not only that, what we built is we went further. We thought, well, there are so many apps. They help create music, like famous apps. But the problem with these apps, once you've created a soundtrack, it's only exciting until you run out of friends. Like before you run out of friends. So once they've heard it 3 times, that's it. That's it. That's the dead end. We build a social media with full automatic rights registration. So IP is registered. And the platform, the way we wrote the TNCs is that we split the ownership 50-50 of the track, but we provide the tools for free. It's a freemium, so free to start, free to do things, and 50% goes to the person who brought the idea. So from that point, we connected to the gurus and we actually had to create our own AI label, we call it, because not all of the AI content is being looked favorably at some social media sites. So we thought we will help to monetize that. We can certainly help with that. We have all that demographic that comes from sports side. It's only nice, and there are so many things like jingles and whatnot that are being invented by the sports fans, isn't it? It only made sense to connect it all and provide an opportunity to generate some cash as well on the side. So that becomes a no-brainer. And what we eventually arrive to is we have all of the super well-known social media rolled into one. Because we understand video, we can do video production, we can do studio level music, sound, and this. Text is all figured out. That was figured out before us even. But we have this mega engine that becomes almost like a Jarvis in Iron Man, that helps you out to express yourself, and then promote yourself, and then monetize yourself, and it follows your rights, and you get full thing, And we have this special label that can take the superstars, those who become viral, becomes your agent that reaches out to you and then promotes you into a real concert. And we have the technology to run virtual concerts, this and that. So so it gives us inspiration. We have some famous musicians who are actually recording their unreleased. Now that the band is no longer there, we have. I know we've announced Jolly Turner was recording with us, and he's releasing some of his new tracks with us. He's the lead singer of Deep Purple and the Rainbow. So he will be releasing something soon. I've spoken to my team just literally today to find out what's happening there. The application, the Jiggle app is coming out in June. So this is where the main launch is going to be. But so far, we had 600,000 users trying our web demo thing. And we have almost 3 million registrations on the main Telegram channel waiting for the app to be released.
And these are all sports fans for the most part that you've already got in front of with the other products, just kind of cross-marketing this deal, or these are all new people that are entering your ecosystem?
These are new people. So Sports Thing has its own 2.5 million registrations there, plus these demographic. And so soon they will get combined. And we already look very positive, I mean, in terms of the business side.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's a lot of people that are going to be interacting in that ecosystem. On the data rights, like, do they own their data? Do they monetize that somehow with you guys inside the social media platform? Are you marketing to them? How does that piece work?
So obviously the way for us to support and monetize, so to basically generate the cash that we would pay out, we will run ad driven revenue streams and partnerships and whatnot. But music is an interesting thing that if somebody gets picked up by a movie or a TV series, that becomes a rules-based relationship forever. Like for as much as the movie is being remastered and shown again and again. So it could be a 10-year, 20-year revenue
on that, just like the individual would, and they get the connections through your platform to be able to be seen and be able to get that role, or be able to get the notoriety to be able to get to scale. And I think it's great for everyone on the platform. It sounds like I like when people align incentives, right? It's not like you are trying to make all the money and nobody else gets any. Everybody wins together in this ecosystem is what it sounds like to me, which is ideal, right? I think we're moving to a world where it's not a zero-sum game anymore. Corporations have operated in that capacity for a long time and really just derived value from, their clients and have provided some services, but it's not a two-way street, right? Like they're not able to monetize their own data or benefit from those relationships that the corporations have. And it sounds like you guys are seeing that and providing a way for people to participate in those economics.
Yeah. It is a community-driven, primarily community-driven set of platforms, because Jiggle has its own Jiggle token as well, and through that Jiggle token, we receive the power of acquiring the data centers, compute that we require to roll it out, and essentially, it's the community that drives the growth, and we give back. We only give back through an opportunity to earn some money from their own activities, so that from their own social media, they become the micro-influencer. They can promote themselves and grow. We allow them to share out to whatever social media they would like. Cool. And yeah, it's not like we're hogging on the data, but we have many other things that we've built for professional musicians as well. There's something to be announced very soon. We're working on this new technology where we understand how to basically promote existing IP to become better revenue generating IP and so on. So going into more professional side of things. And so we will be announcing that very soon as well. We're literally fine-tuning some of the bits and pieces of that business. But it is very exciting. If we were to speak about other AI solutions that we have something for the architectural pre-concept kind of thing. So we have a special engine
type.
It's less of a CAD, I would say. Although it does that as well, but primarily we see it as an opportunity to, for example, somebody has a plot and needs to come up with an idea what could be built, but in order to even get either the full funding from the banks or whoever would be financing it, or to even get the permission to build.
Right.
One needs to show the design, show how this is fitting into that particular community, and so on and so on. So we have the AI that literally, by pointing just with your mouse on the map of how your plot is shaped, where it is, it will study everything around it, all the architecture, building regulation, this and this and that, and it will give you the full concept, three-dimensional. Plus, if you go into more detail and explain that, hey, I want this building material supplier to work with me, I want that furniture to be in, or this brand or that brand, it will actually fit it out with that particular furniture for you.
Wow.
And then produce the fly around videos without the need to film it or whatever. And you can take that marketing piece, I would say, it's just like marketing, but it's already 3D, so it can be also taken to the architects to actually provide you with calculations as to, it tries to be pretty much accurate as to how thick the walls should be and this and that, but still needs some
yeah, well, I mean, you're always going to have a 10% tolerance in there probably for, and then over the time that you're building it, the cost of material can go up and down. People quote you one thing at the beginning and it inevitably always costs more because there's scope creep and, delays and other stuff that happen when you're building an actual physical item.
But where it helps today is literally save the cost and trouble of getting 5 different things, that you can present and see if somebody wants to invest or somebody will sign off the permission to build, that kind of thing. We're developing into something bigger. So because everything is 3-dimensional by design, if you mentioned CAD, it is transferable into CAD straight away. So it's literally you drag it in, and from there you can have full engineering, that's fully professional service conducted on it.
I mean, that's going to, one, either expedite the time for somebody that provides this service, or 2, remove that person from like the building code and like the inspector and all this stuff. You've got all this documentation from the city on what their requirements are, but they basically interpret that for whoever's looking to do those things, and they charge a fee for those things. So if you have an AI, I don't think people are going to ever get away from dealing with people. I think people want to deal with people, but that person can then do 10 times the work that it would have, have normally taken them time to go through and review that and hours to put it all together. Now they can get that done in seconds, and they can market their business and help more people, and reduce their rate, right? Because it doesn't take them as much time.
So yeah, we're enabling those who are trying to do something to be more efficient, to do more with their time, and at the same time to have, and this is very valuable because what we found through our research for that particular business is that even within, and I'm referring to like UK Council, within the council, they could have a person just having started the job, so he doesn't know all of the regulations and whatever nuances that are applicable to this particular territory. So they could reject it on the basis that they didn't know or didn't want to check. Now, when you come with full list of things to look at, it's much easier to make a positive decision because people see that you're diligent, you went through, and you have all the facts to present. So you get a better chance. Everybody gets a better chance.
I think it's brilliant. So, I mean, there's just so many different applications and stuff that you guys are working on. What if somebody wants to reach out to you guys to be able to work with any one of these things or see more about what you're doing, where's the best place for them to do that?
So our group website is called atomgroup.io, and that's just the umbrella company. And I believe there is a form there. Otherwise, Jiggle is jggl.ai. And there you can try and create your own soundtracks already. You can start playing with that. It's free to enjoy yourselves and share with your friends and family. It's very exciting. And the other platforms are in its beta state, so I don't think there is access yet. But just watch the space. I mean, our group website usually posts the news and a little bit about every project that we're involved in.
Awesome, dude. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. It's been a pleasure having you. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Stay blessed out there. Anything you want to close with before we log off here, Dimitri?
Well, we're all about relationships, as I said. Do reach out. It's interesting to hear your thoughts. Get involved, and maybe if you think about some clubs to be connected to us, somebody to be supported. Let's talk about it. Let's develop local communities and relationships locally. It's always interesting for us.
Beautiful. Well, thanks again for being here. Thanks for you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next.